Hi. So I made an attempt at this video last night, but I was too scatterbrained to be able to figure it out. So I am looking at the Real Clear Politics website. And yeah, I just wanted to go through my actual predictions for this Tuesday. It's so close. It's so close. Oh man. And I kind of wanted to have an aside about how I don't want Biden to be impeached. But if I remember to get to that, we will get to that. So we've got all sorts of fun stuff going on. We've got the least interesting races of the year, which is the battle for the House. And every single day, this one gets better and better. But it really doesn't. It really doesn't mean anything because it really doesn't matter how much the Republicans win by. If they take the House, then that's that. They're going to be able to stonewall stuff. Now that doesn't mean that they're going to stonewall the right stuff, okay? Because what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up stonewalling like student debt forgiveness, and then they're just going to another $40 billion for Ukraine. Oh, that's a yes from me. That's a yes from me, Mr. President. But yeah. So, once again, as I've said in previous videos, Republicans winning is not objectively good. It just means that something good could come of it. Doesn't mean that something good will come of it. If anything, there's always a chance that it actually gets worse. Who knows? I am holding out hope, though. I have no reason to hold out hope, but I'm going to hold out hope regardless. Now, as for the actual House, my question is, what are the odds that instead of just, getting like one extra seat just to have the majority, what are the better odds is that we're going to see every single one of these, besides like a California seat or something? What are the odds that everything besides San Francisco and Seattle is just going to go straight Republican? That's a fucking that's going to be like a 30. We got 33 toss-ups here. So what I'm reading is this right here. We've got 33 toss-ups. The meter's already past the majority, and that's just the lean GOP. This is the likely GOP. I mean, you can basically be guaranteed that all of these races, especially considering where polling is at currently and the fact that we're so close to this election as it is, you can pretty much be guaranteed that yes, all of these are going Republican. Probably most of these are going Republican too. Maybe even some of these, and I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of these went Republican. So we're talking like a 50 seat differential. It's going to be wild. We just have to hope that the right people are getting elected and not just more Mitt Romneys. Which brings me to the Senate. Now, the Senate's interesting because this is the one that I've been watching the closest because who cares about the House? That's going to go red. Whatever, who cares? Senate's interesting because we've got some interesting races right here. So both Pennsylvania races. I don't remember if what's his name, Josh Shapiro or whatever is which one is that? Is that governor? I think that's governor. It is governor. Okay, so Shapiro versus Mastriano. There we go. That one's going in the wrong direction. Mastriano is actually losing support. That's a problem. And as for the Senate, with Dr. Romney versus Fetterman, looks like Dr. Romney's gonna win, which is literally the worst possible outcome. The best possible outcome here would be Fetterman winning and Mastriano winning. My official prediction is that the exact opposite happens. Oh. Yeah, we're going to have another Mitt Romney sitting in the Senate for probably another 20 years because if Fetterman wins, what are the odds he survives his entire term? And we can primary someone way better for the next cycle. Now, Pennsylvania's kind of fucked. They are really, really rough when it comes to the elections. So, I'm going to hold out hope that this one is the fix is gonna be in, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean from The Intercept. Um, I'm hoping that the fix is in, and that if Mastriano's gonna lose, then at least let Dr. Romney lose too. Get Fetterman in the Senate for him to sit and say yes or no for 4 years or whatever the term is. But I have a bad feeling that the opposite's going to be true, and we are going to have Dr. Romney in the Senate. Great. Anyway, other races. There aren't really any other interesting races. They've been saying that New Hampshire is going to go to the GOP for like a month now, but like the adjusted poll average and like all the other averages say that they're not. And it's true that the polls are never correct. The polls are always wrong. They have always been wrong for like the last 10 years. The last decade, they have not been correct. So, there's every chance in the world that all of these polls are incorrect, and like we're undersampling the red votes by like 10 or so points, and we very well could see it a literal red wave, and every single seat is picked up by the Republicans. But I'm thinking more realistically on this occasion, because what do we have here? Arizona's a scary one. So Arizona is a scary one. They're saying it's a GOP pickup. I'm saying I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. It's Pennsylvania and Arizona that are the ones that I'm not so sure about. All the rest of these that they say are safe Republican ones is like, yeah, but like Pennsylvania and Arizona are the two that I'm the most concerned about. Carrie Lake has the momentum, which is great. That's great news. I think she has thoroughly ruined Katie Hobbs, and we do not need to worry about that one. The one that we do have to worry about is the Senate race with Kelly versus Masters. And every single poll has Kelly up or tied. But as we all know, the polls are always undersampling the Republicans, so I am going to hesitantly say that Masters has a chance. I'm going to definitively say that Carrie Lake is winning, but I'm not so sure about Masters. That's a tough one to call. Excuse me for 1 second. A few more than one. A few more than 1 seconds. Please stop. Okay. I hate my life. Okay. Look at JD Vance. Damn. It was close in Ohio for a long time, but now JD Vance is gone. Ooh, doggy. Yeah, those are the main interesting one. And then we have the governor. Governor, I want to focus on for a second because, once again, I think Carrie Lake has it in Arizona. And then we have New Mexico. We've got plus 3.3 for Grisham. RCP is saying Dem hold, and I'd say probably. It's been close in Minnesota. Minnesota's been getting interesting, too. They're going to finally get Keith Ellison out. Good. Maybe maybe Minneapolis will no longer be a crime-ridden hellhole once Ellison's out. You never know, dude. But the one that I want to focus on in here, specifically, is the Michigan race. Oh my goodness, dude. I did not think that it was possible for Whitmer to lose. But, forget every other race. The best possible outcome here is if Whitmer gets kicked out, because Whitmer is like the architect of all evil when it comes to 2020. Because I think it was leaked or something, but you didn't even need a leak for you to be able to blatantly see what was in front of you, is that Whitmer kept the lockdowns in Michigan as long as possible to completely cripple the state economy, and blamed it on Trump. And that alone, I think, is what caused the swing for Michigan. If Trump had been able to get Michigan, he would have won the election. It was one swing state is all he needed to get the election, and Michigan could have been won. But Whitmer kept the lockdowns going for so long, it destroyed the Michigan state economy. And it was deliberate. It absolutely was deliberate. South Dakota, for one thing, never locked down. Everywhere else was already opening up by like fucking August. But Michigan was a goddamn fascist hellhole for all of 2020. And the state suffered so much, and that's entirely because Whitmer kept everything closed. And it says that it's going to be a GOP pickup. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. It says Whitmer plus 4.4 on the average, and the adjusted average is plus 1.6. I know the polls are wrong, and they're undersampling the GOP by upwards of 10 points in some places. However, I just don't believe it, dude. I want to believe that they're going to kick Whitmer out, and like literally a wet paper bag is going to be a better governor than Whitmer. I don't care. I've heard people in the comment section say that Tudor Dixon is even stupider. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whitmer is evil. Whitmer is unironically evil. So, like, let's vote against that. Let's vote against evil. That is the 2022 ticket. Vote against evil. But everything else is pretty straightforward. I guess Minnesota could be one to watch just because I know that the Attorney General, I think, is what Ellison's seat is. I know that that's been swinging heavily in the GOP's favor, which is fantastic. That's in the same vein that Whitmer. If they can just get Keith Ellison out of there and get someone with, like, an actual brain into that position, maybe Minnesota can go back to being, not a hellhole. Because I would really like to go to Elko again someday, or for the first time. I've never been to Elko. I would really like to go there, and I would like to not get killed in a drive-by shooting while driving to Elko. That's just my opinion on that subject. I just saw a North Dakota ad on fucking Real Clear Politics. Look at that. I did vote. I actually sent it off yesterday. I did vote. And I did not vote straight Republican. I did not. I voted for one independent. One independent. And the rest was Republican. See, even in 2020, I voted for some Democrats. Like, I voted against most of the incumbents in 2016. I know I voted for Ironsides. I love that dude. He was so cute. Ironsides. Oh, he should try and run again. But, yeah, I voted for fucking Jill Stein in 2016. And, like, I voted against a bunch of the Republican incumbents because they're trash. North Dakota's elected officials are garbage. And everyone going against the current elected officials are garbage, except for one dude. One dude that I voted for. And I saw one of his signs yesterday while driving, and I was like, there was this house with two of his signs, and I kind of wanted to take one for myself, but that's not all right. That's not cool. That's not cool. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I voted almost straight Republican for the first time, the closest to straight Republican that hopefully I will ever have to vote for. Hopefully by 2024 we get a Democratic Party that takes a look at itself and goes, "Wow, we are unbelievably corrupt. We are owned by big business. We are owned by big pharma. We are owned by the military-industrial complex. Let's do some soul searching and like not be the most corrupt apparatus in the history of, international government. Let's do that. Let's do something other than being the most corrupt pile of shit that you've ever seen." And like the funny thing is that they're just as corrupt as they were in 2016 when they railed Bernie with a fucking, railway spike. And they just took a railway rifle and just stuck it directly up his rectal hole and just held the trigger until no more sounds were heard. That's what they did to Bernie. And they did it again in 2020. And like the funny part about it is that it was even more blatant in 2020 just because there were so many more competitors. Like it wasn't just like, okay, we're going to sneak in some extra votes for the demon spawn and we're going to do coin flips for the precincts and they're all going to conveniently come up for Hillary. Yeah. But this time they literally in 2020 had like 7 challengers and like all the establishment people dropped out before the one Super Tuesday, except for the snake Elizabeth Warren, who I've always hated, who I hated in 2016. I'm like, This bitch fake as fuck. This bitch fake as fuck. I thought Pete Buttigieg was more authentic back then. Warren's such a fucking faker. Oh my goodness gracious. Makes Shadow the Hedgehog look legitimate, man. I'm telling you, the fakest bitch of them all. I hate Hillary Clinton, but Elizabeth Warren holds a special place in the deepest recesses of my hatred. Deepest recesses. Anyway, so they did the same thing again in 2020. And I completely lost my train of thought, dude. Vermont has gone to safe GOP. Vermont governor is safe GOP. Huh. Interesting. That's an interesting one. Anyway. Yeah. So I was talking about how Bernie got screwed over. Okay. Yeah. The DNC is corrupt to the core. And what the best thing that could happen is like the Libertarian Party rises up, but like the United States system is just rigged, like literally rigged. Like this is empirically proven that it's rigged for a two-party system, and those two parties being the Democrats and the Republicans, who are both the same side, both two sides of the same coin. You know, they are both corrupt. They are both never going to change anything in any meaningful way. But I will say again, I'm pretty sure I talked about this back in 2016, but the best thing that could have ever happened for populist candidates like Bernie Sanders was Trump winning. Trump winning, like even though Bernie probably would have won in 2016 had Hillary not railed him and the entire DNC establishment apparatus not, fucked his ass, he probably would have won the election because Bernie is far more intelligent than Hillary. Bernie is a way better talker than Hillary. He's able to like firmly convey an actual meaningful point. At least he was back then. I know he's kind of fallen from grace since 2016, and he's pretty bad, pretty bad in present day. Pretty bad in present day, but he was great at one point. And he probably would have won 2016. But had Hillary won, like if the stars aligned and like the worst possible outcome was rolled and like we all collectively as a society rolled a 1 in D&D and Hillary Clinton was elected, that would be it. That it would have been over. Like the uniparty would have been firmly established. Like Trump destroyed the Republican foundation, like the Romney Foundation. Like I'm talking like I despise Mitt Romney. He's right up there with Elizabeth Warren. But like Trump was able to get in there, and like we're seeing a bunch of way better people in politics now. We've got Thomas Massey. We've got Carrie Lake. We've got Blake Masters. We got J.D. Leggett. Like we've got some all right people coming up through the system right now that are looking to be winning their, spots. There's no way that these people would have been able to get into the place that they were to even have a shot at winning had it not been for Trump. And the same is true for the left. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez would not have been elected if Trump lost 2016. Like I'm telling you, dude, the best possible thing that could have happened for actual populism was Trump winning. And I think I've been saying this since 2016. I'm pretty sure I've been saying this since 2016, but like it's just a fact, dude. Like AOC is a moron, but like she would never have won if Trump hadn't won. An actual like I don't know if you can call AOC a left populist because she's just a lunatic. She's just an actual lunatic, but she would not have won without Trump. Her career exists because of Trump, and I'm sure that keeps her up at night, but it's true. But it's true. And that's what I've been saying since 2016 is that Trump shaking the establishment to the core is the best possible way that we can get actual left-leaning populists and right-leaning populists into power. Okay? If he hadn't won, it would just be an entire it would be all three branches of government. Just Romney, 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 Romney. Hillary, 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 Hillary. That's all it would have been. We'd be so fucked right now. But because of Trump, we have a chance. We have a chance. And, I mean, this election is looking really good. Like, for the people. For the people. For us. For us working class people. The actual citizens of the United States. We are looking to be having a great election this cycle here. And I still don't know what 2024 is going to look like. I said all the way back in April that I'm like, Michelle Obama is the only Democrat that could win the election. I think that's still true. I just... who else is there? Who else is there? Trump already leads by like 10 points against Biden in like 2022 polls that we're getting alongside the 2022 election stuff. He's already leading Biden by like 10 points in most swing states. They can't run him. They can't. And the best part about it, this is the part that fills my soul with just pure bliss. Even Kamala is still getting lower approval ratings than Biden. Oh, just a white pill moment right there. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Anyway, so who can do it? Who can beat Trump? Who besides DeSantis? Who? DeSantis, the Democrats need to requisition DeSantis if they're gonna beat Trump. Michelle Obama is the one. Michelle Obama is the only one. And like, even in the state that we're in right now, even with, like the economy in absolute shambles, a border that resembles Swiss cheese, an undeclared war in Ukraine that no one asked for, and we continue to send half our paychecks to every fucking week. Even with all that, I still think Michelle Obama can beat Trump. I do. Just the Obama nostalgia. Like, if Obama gets back on the campaign trail for Michelle, like, that's... and just with the media doing their, wagon circling, it's scary. But it's possible. But I appreciate that the Democrats are too stupid for this. I think that they are not going to do that. I think they are actually going to respect Michelle Obama's wishes to not run for president. Because that's what Michelle's been saying ever since like 2008. And she's like, no, I ain't going to be running for no presidency. And it's like, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But like, the thing is, Michelle, you're going to get no negative coverage. You are going to get wall-to-wall positive coverage. No matter what you say, everyone in the media is going to worship you. This includes Fox News, okay? Like, what do you have to lose? Some mean tweets? Oh, man. Anyway, I remember now. I was going to talk about how I don't want Biden to be impeached. So, the obvious direction that should be taken when, the Republicans win the Senate and the House, the House, the obvious thing that they should do is impeach Biden. Like, by all metrics, he has broken international law. He has violated the Constitution like he violates small children by, sniffing them. He has made an ass out of the country as a whole. He is an embarrassment, a living, breathing, walking corpse whose brain functionality is that of a Nokia on 10% battery. Okay? A new Nokia. Not like the old Nokias that were actually, functional. No, I'm talking about the new Nokias. Haven't they stopped making phones? I remember I wanted to get a Nokia back in like 2014, and then like they immediately stopped making phones, and I'm like, yeah, that would happen. But What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I don't want him to be impeached. He should be. According to the Constitution, he should be. At least 25th Amendment. But I don't want him to be impeached. Because that means we get President Kamala Harris. No. No, actually. I don't want that. I don't want the person who could not get a single voter, who could not get a single elector, I mean. In 50 states, 50 elections, 50 primaries, she could not get a single elector. No one likes Kamala Harris. No one liked Kamala Harris, and no one ever will like Kamala Harris. She is lazy. She doesn't do her job. She is an actual vixen. She is everything that the left supposedly hates about police officers and the prison industrial complex, which exists. And yet, here she is. One fucking trip down the stairs from Biden and away from the presidency of the United States. Oh. So, there is one reason to want the GOP to get as many seats as they possibly can in this cycle, is because I think you need 60-40 in both the House and the Senate, and not just a simple majority, in order to impeach a president, to like actually push forth the articles, you know? It's not just a simple majority. It has to be like both houses 60-40. I don't know. It's been about 5 years since I took my entry-level government class in college. I think I got an A in that class. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I got an A in that class. But yeah, like, I don't want that. Unless we can get Kamala out at the same time, and then we end up with President Pelosi, which, honestly, at this point, fuck it. If we can impeach both Biden and Harris at the same time, and we just end up, well, actually, it would be the new Speaker of the House, right? Or the Senate Majority Leader. Or it would still be Pelosi, because the Democrats would still... It's the majority is like... is the party in power, and not like actually the majority seats, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't fucking know, dude. President Pelosi, just fuck it. President Pelosi, fuck it. That's the actual campaign slogan. Fuck it. But yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it. Just let Biden sit in the office for the next 2 years and just stonewall everything he does. Like, that's better than... It's better than letting the lunatics run the asylum and just keep sending fucking billions of dollars to Ukraine. Why are we doing that, by the way? Why are we funding a war that we're not even a part of, supposedly? Why are we doing this? Why? This is the number one contributing factor to inflation, I can tell you that much. You want to scream and piss and shit and cum about the student loan thing, which is, of course, being held up. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, district attorneys who are holding up the student loan forgiveness. Thank you for doing that, and not holding up the billions in aid to the country fighting a war that we should not be a part of and does not matter to us in any capacity. I'm so glad that you're stonewalling actual beneficial shit to fucking actual human beings in America, as opposed to sending unchecked billions of dollars to the other side of the fucking planet. Thank you so much for holding this shit up. I fucking hate it, dude. I know that student loan forgiveness is going to ruin the economy, and we're basically going to end up paying more in taxes than we would have just paying the loans back normally. But man, it would have been nice for the people to get something for once. Actual United States citizens, as opposed to fucking Ukraine. Another fucking baby daddy check to fucking Zelensky. God, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. And if the Republicans can take power, if the correct Republicans can take power, and not Dr. Romney, we can prevent this. We can prevent this. Please prevent this. I'm so sick of all of my check going to Ukraine. I looked on my pay stub last night, and I'm like, oh, $293 to the federal government. Great. My honest reaction. My honest reaction. Anyway, don't impeach Biden. I mean, you should impeach Biden by all metrics, but don't. President Kamala Harris is not worth actually following what the Constitution lays out. Fuck the Constitution. I do not want President Harris. 2023 should be fun. In any case, my official prediction is that Dr. Romney wins. Carrie Lake wins. God, I really want Tudor Dixon to win. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Coin flip. Let's just do a coin flip. Literal coin flip. This is how they decided a bunch of electors to Hillary Clinton in 2016. This was the difference between Bernie Sanders winning and losing the nomination in 2016. What we're doing right now. Heads, Whitmer leaves. Tails, we're all fucked. And it's tails. Can you believe that? We're all fucked. Thanks for watching. Bye.